What's good? What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Ferris Mutana, and welcome to another special edition of the Rewatchers Council. Today we are talking about our MCU rewatch, and today we are going to Wakanda. We are at the mystical land of the Black Panther. But I am not alone. I'm never alone. I got my main man Matt with me. Matt, how you doing, brother?
I'm just chilling.
That's great. Great to hear, man. So Matt, we start off these reviews with simple questions because we're simple men. I always ask, where were you when you watched this movie was or released?
I was at home watching it on FX.
Oh, nice. Shout out to FX. Shout out to FX. I was watching it week one. The story goes this way, Matt. Me and my homies, we're like, hey, man, let's go watch Black Panther. So we roll up and we go to the local AMC here, right? So we roll up to the AMC and they say, hey, man, we sold out. Ain't no more tickets. Black Panther sold out. And we're like, what? Sold out? Yeah, it's sold out, bro. No tickets. So then we're walking back to the parking lot where we're back at the parking lot and we call another theater like, hey, man, is Black Panther sold out where you at? And they're like, nah, man, we good. It's like, hey, man, y'all got 4 tickets left? And we're like, yeah, we got 4 tickets. So we get into our cars, man, and we drive to another city. We drive to another city that's like 20 minutes away. And we get up in there and we get them tickets. Hey, man, we're like, hey, man, we just called. Y'all said y'all got 4 tickets? And they're like, yeah, we got 4 tickets. So then we bought 4 tickets to Black Panther that night and we watched it next to a family with 2 small children. And we're like, oh no, the kids are going to be crying all day. Guess what? Kids didn't cry a single minute of the movie because they loved the Black Panther movie as well. Shout out to those babies wherever they are now. They're probably 8 years old, I think now. I think 8. When does the movie come out? I gotta double check. Black Panther. Black Panther. 2018. Yeah, they're probably 7, 6. I don't know. Shout out to those babies. Shout out to them. But yeah. So let's get right into it, Matt. We get right into it. Straight up, Matt. Do you still like this movie? Did you like the movie
Yep.
initially? And did it change your mind after the rewatch? Hit me.
Yeah, I always liked this movie. It was
All
pretty
right.
solid.
Break it down to me, Matt. Why do you like this movie? What's up with this movie that made you enjoy it?
The music's really good.
Mm-hmm.
The costume design was crazy. So much to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole story is pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you, man. I love this movie too. I loved it on the first watch. I loved it on the second watch. I actually watched the movie 3 times when it first came out. The other time I watched it by myself, and the third time I used my little siblings as an excuse to watch it. I told my dad like, "Hey, I'll take them to a movie theater and watch it." You know what I mean? I'll let them watch it, but really it was just for me to watch it again. So I took them to the theater. That movie theater was also sold out. We had to sit in like the first row with our necks hurting, looking at the movie. It was still awesome. So it was. I love this movie. I was a big fan of Chadwick Boseman. Watched him and Jackie. Uh, Get On Up, the 2 biopics he did.
Hmm.
I think the one other one he did Thurgood Marshall. He did that biopic as well. He was a big biopic guy, and I'm a big fan of biopics. So watching 3 of those films was really nice. It was really good. I was a big fan of him. I was a big fan of Michael B. Jordan. You realize how big you realize how amazing this cast is, right? You know, you got the Chadwick,
Forrest
Michael,
Whitaker,
Forrest Whitaker. I forgot about Forrest in this movie.
Angela Bassett.
Sterling K. Brown's in this for a little couple scenes. Lupita
Yep.
Nyong'o, Denai Guerrera, John Candy. Um,
John Candy.
Yeah, it's the other John Candy. It's another John Candy. It's not.
Oh,
This John Candy's South African, and then Daniel Kaluuya was in the movie. He was on fire with Get Out. And then you had newer actors like Letitia Wright, Winston Duke. You had you had the Hobbit, Martin Freeman, and then you had Gollum and Andy Serkis, but it was Andy Serkis, not like motion cap Andy Serkis. So it was a big movie. A lot of people were in it. Um, Matt, what was your favorite part or moment in this movie that still sticks to you to this day?
let me see. I had a couple.
All right, hit me, man.
I'm gonna go with when they find T'Challa in the snow with M'Baku in them,
Oh, that was good. Yes, good scene. Yes.
and you do one.
Um, that scene, but in the ancestral plane where he's talking to John Candy and he basically chastises him and says he was wrong. That was I like that scene because the emotional scenes where we can it's a big Marvel movie. You know, I,
Also, when he took down the armored rhino.
oh, that was nice as well. Yeah, yeah. But those emotional scenes right there, those scenes were pretty nice. You know, his 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 resolve and his finally realizing like we did this all wrong. We should have been helping people. That was a good scene. The Rhino one was nice. I loved the entire South Korea sequence.
Mhm.
At the casino, then on the bridge. I love that. I love that entire thing. That one was pretty good. I loved it. You said you had another one, Matt. What's your third one, or is it just only those two?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with those two.
All right, those two. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the ancestral plane with John Candy the second time around, and then the South Korea sequence where they go from casino to bridge. I love that one. That one's pretty great as well. I love that. Um, like I think you brought up earlier, Matt. The music, some one of the best scores in all of the Marvel Cinematic
Yep.
Universe. Shout out to Ludwig Göransson. Ludwig and Ryan Coogler have known each other since college, actually. So Ryan, him and they met at USC Film School. Ryan played football at Sacramento State, and then he transferred to USC to their film program. And his roommate at USC Film School was this Swedish dude named Ludwig Göransson, and they've been tight ever since. Ludwig has, I think, scored almost every film he's ever created. He did Creed. Um, Matt's gone. He'll be back. Let's bring down Matt. He'll be back soon. Yeah, Ludwig is he did Creed. He did I believe he did Fruitvale Station. He did Sinners. The movie just came out. He did the Black Panther 1 and 2. We'll talk about Black Panther Wakanda Forever in a couple of weeks. So yeah, he's been with him since day one. Matt's back. Matt, you back? Yeah, Matt's back. There's Robin. So yeah, they've been tight ever since. And I was just a big fan of just the movie. Like the cultural aspect of the entire movie coming out was amazing. It's one of a few single superhero movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to cross $1 billion by itself. Matt's gone again. By itself, right? I think you have Deadpool and Wolverine. It's a team up movie. Spider-Man hits $1 billion regularly by itself because it's Spider-Man. So outside of Spider-Man and like the big team ups, this movie is one of the only movies to reach $1 billion. It's about one single character by itself because it's good. It showed people that people are hungry for other stories. It was wonderful, and that's why it crossed $1 billion. And it was amazing. Some people watched it 3 or 4 times, me being one of them. So they got my money a bunch of times, and I'm happy about it. What are your thoughts on that, Matt? Matt, are you frozen? You good? Hello? Matt. Matt, I can't hear you, dog. Matt. Matt's back. I don't know. Something going on. Let me just message him real quick. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this movie. Let's get down to the villain. The villain of the movie is Eric Stevens. He goes by the code name Killmonger. It's played by Michael B. Jordan. He is a CIA JSOC black ops operative. He works with ghost units. He's he just basically like an assassin. He's an assassin, but he's also the son of King T'Chaka's brother, N'Jobu. T'Chaka kills N'Jobu in Oakland, where he sent N'Jobu to basically spy and gain intel on America, on what's going on. So there's that. So he's basically dedicated his life to revenge and making sure who killed his father will get who will get their comeuppance. Fortunately, the person who killed his father was killed by Baron Zemo, so he can't get that. So the next best thing is to kill T'Challa, the son of the party who committed the crime, and basically topple the government and topple the global government as well. He then everything he does just sets up his ascension to the throne. Just every step is the ascension to the throne. Every step. First, his introduction at the museum in London with all the stored artifacts, and then hooking up with Ulysses Claw, and all that, because Ulysses Claw has been a wanted fugitive for years, because Ulysses Claw broke into Wakanda, stole a bunch of vibranium, blew up, like set a bomb at the border to escape. But he didn't do any of that without inside knowledge, it being from the brother of King T'Chaka, Nobu, or Jobu. I think when you commit treason, death is a very crazy punishment, but you need to be punished. And I think, we'll see. Do you agree with this? Some people's like, why you commit treason? What is up with that? But you could see like he got desperate. He's like, we need to help the world. He could have just tried to convince his brother. Matt, are you back? Matt,
Yep.
You're back.
I hear you.
You're back. All right, Matt. I was talking about Eric Stevens, codename Killmonger. We're talking about the villain breakdown, his motivations, why he did it. Was his father right? Did they go about it the wrong way, the right way? Do you agree with them in the end, but you don't agree with the way they went about it? What do you think, Matt?
No, I don't think that they could have shared that with everybody.
Mhm.
Everyone would have been too power hungry for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the way his father and him have went about it, could they have definitely went about it a little bit better? Could his father have told his brother, we need to help people, but we just can't, we don't, give him the full arsenal, but we just need to give him some aid, some help. Did he just get a little too blinded on what was going on? Because his brother definitely deserved to be punished. Sterling K. Brown's character definitely deserved to be punished because you committed treason. Like, what are you doing? Treason, dog. You can't commit treason and not expect to get punished. He killed some of your fellow members of the border tribe, like Wakabi. He said, my parents both died that day. He's still angry. So punishment was definitely should have come, but killing your brother is a little extreme. It is a little
Yeah,
extreme. Yeah.
I don't think he meant to, but
Yeah.
once he
Yeah.
saw what had happened, he had to go through with it and try to hide it.
Yeah. He had James, which is Zuri, played by Forrest Whitaker, the young character. He was spying on his brother. So there's that. Why not take your brother's body back home? You know, and then take the kid. But but in the heat of the moment, you don't know what's gonna go on. So yeah. Any other part of Eric Killmonger's performance you didn't like? You liked? Like, give me your 2 cents, man.
Um, when he killed his girlfriend, that was pretty brutal.
Now, yeah, it showed the ruthlessness of the man on the mission. I actually like that scene, Matt, because it showed that the mission is the mission, and no one's gonna stop me. I have had one image in my mind since I was. He looked the young kid in that looked about 12, 11. It's only one thing. I'm gonna get the people who killed my dad. That's my
Yep.
only. And then that's what he did, man. He hunted them down slowly but surely. And then when Martin Freeman's
If he
character,
was born in America, I wonder how he got the marks on his lip. His dad must have done that with the
yeah,
vibranium he smuggled out.
probably, definitely,
Yeah.
because he wanted to keep him connected to his culture. Because he what I remember that scene. Remember the scene where you know he gets stabbed in the chest, and then
Hmm.
he's telling his dad. He's telling my dad told me about sunshines in Wakanda are the best in the world, where a place where we're free. And he says, imagine a kid from Oakland believing in fairy tales. So his dad probably told him like, hey man, there's this back home. When we go back home, watch out. It's gonna be amazing. And just learning the stories of his homeland and his ancestral home. So yeah, you're right. So he wanted to keep a connection, and I really enjoyed Sterling K. Brown's performance as well, Michael B. Jordan's performance in it. Um, I understand where he was coming from. I understand it because in the end, T'Challa agrees, right? He agrees, but they just you just went about it. It was really, but then like it was really brutal. And it's not that you just you were just killing random people or trying to topple a government. You were killing your people to get their resources to then topple global governments. So you created kind of like a mini civil war, and then to tell them like we need to then go fight the oppressors, which I agree. Fighting the oppressors, I agree with that. But then you kind of destabilized the government. Like Martin Freeman said, that was what he was trained for with the CIA. You come in, you destabilize the country, then you topple the government and you destroy it, or you take it over and you make it your own. That's he was doing his training. But he could have went about it a different way. A different way he could have went about it. Um it's one of the best villains in all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because we're starting to talk about like the villain problem in the Marvel in Marvel. We're like, oh, do they have a villain problem? Why aren't the villains sticking? I think he's one of the best. You got Loki. Most of the villains are just power hungry. Killmonger was a little bit nuanced. He was very brutal, very brutal. But you can feel the nuance in him. Basically telling you this is what we need to do because he makes you agree with it because you're like, I agree, but
Hmm.
I don't know why you had to kill that one person to do it, but I agree. You know what I mean? So you're kind of forced into a conundrum, right? You're kind of like, what, like, well, what's going on here? Like, like Wakabi was like, yeah, man, let's kill them all. Let's kill them all, man. I'm with you. And then T'Challa's like, I agree. In the end, he agrees, but we can't kill them all. We got to do it a little different. So it was pretty nice. It was pretty nice. Um, what about you, Matt? Any other thoughts on this? On the things we've missed, Matt? Matt, hello. All right, I think his audio dropped again. Matt, are you back? Matt,
Yep.
did you hear me?
No.
Oh, that's what I thought. I said, do you have any other like thoughts and feelings about Killmonger and the nuance and what's going on with him?
No. I'd rather talk about the Dora Milaje. They're
Let's talk
badass.
about it. Let's talk about it, man. The Dora Milaje. Give me your thoughts on the Dora Milaje. I
Mhm.
love the Dora Milaje.
Yeah, they were sick. Fucking fearless. It was dope.
Yeah, yeah. So the Dora Milaje found out that it's actually based on a real, like real group in I believe it was the Zulu Nation. It was an all female warrior group, um, and they were badass, right? A lot of this is what I like about this movie. A lot of it was well articulated, well researched. Ryan Coogler went to Africa and researched the accent that they use, the language they use. It's called Kosa, which is a dialect and language from South Africa. So he did a lot of research. It's very thorough. Same thing with the Dora Milaje. This was very well researched. This warrior group of women. There's a movie called I think is it called The Woman King or where that's a little bit more delved into like a real depiction of it
Yeah.
instead of a fantastical Marvel Cinematic version. I also love all the wardrobe Ruth Carter did. She killed it. Won 2 Oscars for both movies, one and one. Won an Oscar for this movie. She's amazing, having to basically create a futuristic, a clothing with African roots. It was tremendous by her. I loved every minute of it, and the music was great.
Yeah.
I thoroughly love this movie, man. This movie's great, bro. This movie's amazing. If we have any more else things to talk about, Matt, we can wrap this up by talking about the end credit scene. They're very you know, very straightforward, nothing crazy. It's him at the United Nations talking about, you know, we're gonna open up our borders and have an exchange of information. And I think was there another one? I don't know. Was there two, Matt, or just one?
Yeah. Yeah, there was two. And then the one with Bucky.
Ah, yes, the one with Bucky, which it tends to there's a line where Martin Freeman's character, he got shot in the spine, and he gets brought to the lab, and Shuri says, "Oh snap! Oh cool, another white boy to fix," which means Bucky was
Yep.
there. And then the end scene kind of relates to it. He has no arm, so he's being deprogrammed from the just being deprogrammed from the Hydra mind control. That was pretty cool. They're very very straightforward. They didn't really move anything completely forward, but they were pretty nice. They were pretty nice. So Matt, let's get right into it, Matt. Out of 5 stars, where does Black Panther hit for you?
Give this one a 4.5 out of 5.
4.5 out of 5. I'm gonna go 5 out of 5. That's what I'm gonna do. It's one of my only 5 out of 5 movies in the entire MCU. I love it. I'm a big fan of it. It was a damn shame that we don't really know where they were gonna go with it because unfortunately Chadwick Boseman passed away. So we get an entirely different film in Wakanda Forever. So we'll talk about that in a couple weeks. But yeah, man, 5 out of 5. It's amazing. I love it. Um, it's one of the best. The cultural aspect around it. It was an event. It was an event. It wasn't a movie. It wasn't a movie. It was an event, and I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. It
People
was it
were
was
buying out theaters for kids to see it and
yeah,
shit.
it was awesome. It was awesome. But on that note, Thank you guys.
Also, Chadwick Boseman's getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this month.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Hmm.
That's wonderful. Just deserved. Always deserved. Give him all the honors and all the honors. He seemed like a good man. He seemed like a good man. But on that note, everyone, thank you guys so much for joining us. We could talk all day about this movie, but we gotta head out. My name is Ferris McDonald. You can find me here every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on the post credits. I do the Rewatchers Councils. Thursdays we do Buffy. Fridays we do Angel at 3 o'clock Pacific, and Buffy on 3 o'clock Pacific, and we do the MCU at 5 o'clock Pacific here. And then also on our sports channel, Fridays 5 o'clock Pacific live, but not this week. This week's gonna be pre-recorded, so be on the lookout for that. And Buffy and Angel, we're taking a week off, 2 weeks off actually, because Rob is currently in Mexico having fun. But on that note, everyone, Matt, where else can they find you on the channel?
Just here.
Just here. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Hope you had a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed the doggo. His name is Robin. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.